Good afternoon to all. First of all, I welcome Dr. Akram Ahmed, founder and CEO of Academically Private Limited, Sydney, Australia, and its entire team for giving this webinar on overseas opportunities for physiotherapists, especially in Australia, how to register as a physiotherapist, and in general career guidance for the students. And I want to add up about Dr. Akram Ahmed and the Academically Private Limited also a few words. Dr. Akram Ahmed completed his PhD in the University of Sydney, Australia, and basically he is from Pharmacology Department, B.Pharm, D.Pharm, and PharmD completed. Currently he is working as a burns researcher and research manager in the Children's Hospital at Westmead, Sydney, Australia. He has been published in many research papers, more than 100 textbooks and conference papers, including a high-impact journal such as Lancet. Akram is a recipient of prestigious Best Promising Researcher Award from University UCSI in 2016 and also received an International Postgraduate Research Fellowship and Associated Australian Postgraduate Award in 2017. And still, many awards have been credited in this role. He is a founder currently and CEO of Academically. Academically was founded with a single goal in mind. The goal was to help qualified healthcare professionals. So not only medicine, pharmacists, dentists, nurses, lab technicians, and physiotherapists, and many more professionals who are in achieving their passions and dreams by educating and training them to acquire the necessary skills and competency to register themselves as a certified healthcare professionals worldwide. Academically, more than they are doing a worldwide career guidance, and students have been appointed more than 50 countries worldwide. So we are very proud to invite other team members, Abdul Rasaq, Akram, Sivakumar, and others of the Academically team to deliver the webinar and give an idea about the career guidance in abroad for our students. So I welcome you, sir, Dr. Akram Ahmed and his team to deliver the webinar. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you for your welcome, sir. Now we will be taking you through the some presentation so that students will be able to understand the complete details, how they can migrate, what are the process, and what are the exams they need to clear, and what are the fee structures. Everything we'll be explaining shortly, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Please proceed.
Shiva bro, can you please present the screen?
Hi, I hope my screen is visible to you completely.
Yeah, it's visible, sir. Sendil sir, is it visible to you, sir? The screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir. It's visible.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So I will be starting the presentation, sir. Just a minute.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So very good afternoon, students. Academically is an Australian-based edtech company. So we are in a mission that we will be helping all the healthcare professionals. It might be doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, anyone. So who can follow our steps and what are the procedures we will be explaining, and you can migrate easily to any country with a PR visa. Especially we are having a huge vacancies to Australia, where you can get the PR visa and work there and with a huge salary and settled life. So regarding physiotherapies, we are having an exam called as APC. So it is Australian Physiotherapy Council examination. So in these presentations, you will be covering what are the opportunities for physiotherapists in Australia and what are the jobs available and its salaries and what is the minimum eligibility you should have to appear for that Australian Physiotherapy Council exam and its steps. So the steps to become a physiotherapy in Australia is there is 3 steps. First step is English requirement. You need to clear either IELTS, PTE or OET exam. Okay. Then document verification will be happening. Then after this both, you will be writing a written examination there. So this examination you will be taking in India only. So post the results, you will be migrating to Australia. So what are the opportunities available? So if you see this PPT, like there are more than 1,90,000 PR visa Australian country is offering throughout the year. So in that, for physiotherapists, there are 6,100 plus job opportunities are available, and average salary per annum for physiotherapists, which is 91,960 Australian dollars. So this is the annual the salary which the physiotherapist getting in Australia. So what are the major benefits the physiotherapists who are migrating to Australia will be getting? So the first and most important point is higher earning potential. So you will be earning in lakhs. It will be like per annum, you will be able to get around 1 crore salary there. Please next slide. Yeah. So quality of life. Australia is providing with the PR visa. You will be getting healthcare and education completely free for you and your family. If you are going with your family, if you have kids, the education will be free and healthcare will be free. So career opportunities. There are high demand for medical professions in Australia for fast PR visa. If you are eligible, you will be getting the PR visa very easily. Okay. And work-life balance. In Australia, there is a strict rules that you should be work only for 8 hours. So the working hours will be only 8 hours. For that, you will be having a very good work-life balance. And professional developments. Medical doctors in Australia will have a professional development opportunities regularly, and latest technologies and skill sets will be learned on regular basis. And as I said earlier, if you are having a kids and family, the kids education and healthcare will be free access in the Australia. These are the major points which those who are planning to migrate for Australia will be getting with the PR visa. So the minimum eligibility the students could possess is Bachelor of Physiotherapy. So at least you should have this degree to appear for this APC exam, Australian Physiotherapy Council examination. So once you have completed this Bachelor of Physiotherapy degree, you should be registered with Indian Physiotherapy Council. So with all this certificate, you will be eligible to write this APC examination. So the first step will be you should clear this English proficiency test. Then you will be going for the document verification, where interim certificate and assessment cultural safety training will be provided along with the document verification. And the third step will be the after completing this second step, the third step will be the physiotherapy written assessment examination, which will be MCQ based. So post clearing this exam, you will be having the physiotherapy clinical examination, which will be happening in Australia. So these are the 4 tests you need to cover. So now I will be individually helping this step by step. What are the things in step? So in English proficiency test, you need to either clear IELTS, OET or PTE with overall 7 bands. So the major thing you will be covering is listening, speaking, reading and writing. So you need to either score 65% if you take PTE exam or 7 bands if you are taking IELTS examination. So this is mandatory. So the next, I said skill assessment. Skill assessment means the Australian government, before you are appearing for exam, want to check your certificates, whether you are eligible or not. For that, there are the Australian Physiotherapy Council will be verifying this kind of documents like your physiotherapy degree, your degree transcript. If you have work experience, if any, you can also submit that. Valid passport, government ID proof, your passport sized photograph and physiotherapy registration certificate. This is very much important. You should be registered with your physiotherapy registration certificate. Okay. So the next. So your APC written assessment examination, which you will be writing in India. In South India, we have centers in Chennai, Bangalore and Hyderabad. Okay. So you should choose the centers from Chennai, and this exam will consist of 30 cases based MCQ question and 60 MCQ questions. And the time duration for this examination is 4 hours. Within these 4 hours, you should complete all these 90 questions, MCQ type questions, and you need to get only 50% mark. Out of these 90 MCQ questions, out of these 4 hours, you need to score 50% of mark, and there is no negative marking. So we will be training you for this APC written assessment examination, and this training will be 12 weeks of preparation. So after clearing this exam, you will be applying visa process. You will be going for expression of interest visa process. Either 190 or 189 visa process you will be applying. There are some sponsored visa also, for which you should have a minimum experience. 2 years or like you need any experience, you can apply for sponsored visa also. So for our training related things, so we are supporting you with the loan options also. So I will be explaining the financials shortly, so that you can understand the where you can apply this loan options. So for our loan, there is no interest. So you can directly pay only the amount which you have borrowed. Which example, if you are taking 2 lakhs loan, you need to repay the 2 lakhs only. No interest will be charged for the loan amount. So this is our my contact number, Abdul. So I'm taking care of Tamil Nadu and part of Kerala. So if you have any doubts regarding this also, you can directly connect me with this contact number. So regarding fee structures, so the complete exam, like starting from this skill assessment, your English test, your physiotherapy exam training, and your visa processes, and your clinical test, everything, the total budget will be around 8 to 10 lakhs. So for our training, it will be around 2 lakhs. Rest of the amount you are going to spend for the exam registration, as well as the government fees for exam and for visa process. And for a clinical assessment, you will be migrating to Australia with study visa and write the exam and come back, and you will be getting PR visa. So for complete process, you will be investing around 8 to 9 or 10 lakhs. So the salary which you are going to get after your job confirmation will be around 1 crore per year. Shiva bro, you want to add anything?
Yes, Abdul, that was short and crisp. So I could see the students, sitting there. If my voice is clearly audible to you, can I get few responses? Like how many of you students over there are, really aspiring to work in an abroad country? You can just raise your hands once.
Actually, the students are connected in a seminar hall. They don't
Yes,
have any
yes,
mobile
yes.
access.
But we
So,
are able to see them. You can just raise your hands. You those who are interested
yes.
for the same.
So the audience are third year and final years. Around
Yes.
50 to
So
60 students.
okay. So by when they will be getting graduated, sir?
So another for final year, another 1 year.
For the final year, it is another one more year pending, right?
And 1 year and 6 month internship is there for them.
Okay. Great. No worries with that. So, students, one thing that the entire team of academically want each and every one of you to understand the purpose why we are conducting this webinar for you right now, right? Like, even though this is something that is very much relevant to your career, right? Because if you go out and reach out to any of the abroad migration consultancies over there, they are going to suggest you with a study abroad plan, most of them, right? So we also do give guidances for study abroad, but for professionals like that is the working professionals or the healthcare professionals like each and every one of you, we would never suggest to opt for a study abroad plan. The reason is simple. The expense for the same is going to be a minimum of 20 to 30 lakhs of Indian rupees just to complete a postgraduate from any of the abroad countries out there. But when we see logically, professionals like you, if you plan your career accordingly, choose the right country with the right number of opportunities, getting you the right amount of money as a salary. I'm not talking about a part-time job that they suggest you after going for a study plan. This is going to be a full-time job as a healthcare professional. Getting the right amount of salary, getting the right amount of opportunities, getting the right amount of development for you is pretty much taken care, right? So currently, if you see a country like Australia, there are huge requirement for healthcare professionals. So if you ask me, when I asked about a country like UK or when I checked about country like Canada, this was not pretty much easy like this because in a country like Australia currently there is a huge shortage of labor, a huge shortage of professionals who are qualified enough to work for these kind of jobs, right? Qualified in the sense people who can work that particular job, right? So நீங்க வந்து qualified இருக்கீங்க, like you only know that how to get that job done, right? So these kind of professionals are lacking there. Reason is that there are lesser number of universities there in Australia, due to which they are giving professionals who are qualified the PR visa. And the benefits of PR visa, as Abdul have already mentioned here, it's not like a student visa. You are getting a lot of benefits like free healthcare provisions, free educations for you and your family. You can take your dependents if you have any, and yes, overall development for the individual is also taken care because they do take care of the work-life balance, career opportunities, quality of life, professional development, etc. Right. So this is the reason by which. So now you have around one more year pending with you for your studies to be getting over. So I want each and every one of you present here to do a proper research on these factors, a proper research on how things work in these kind of countries. Whatever that we have mentioned was right or no. Because when you reach out to Abdul, we want each and every one of you to ask maximum doubts, the if and buts that you have seen out of your research so that we can have the doubts and concerns cleared for you. So we are not winding up the session now. I want at least few of you to ask any doubts that you have based on the sessions that we have told right now, like whatever the steps that we have mentioned right now. Any doubts you have, please feel free to ask us, right? So the step one would be your English test. The step two would be your, eligibility assessment, which we call the skill assessment, where you also go through a cultural safety training. This consists of 6 online modules, right? After this thing, once you are getting eligible, because they will be doing a background check, they will be doing a checking from the back end whether these documents that you're submitting are genuine or not, then only you will be eligible to write the examination. And once you write and clear the physiotherapy examination, you will be getting a limited registration, which will be getting completed into a full-time registration once you reach there in Australia after writing the final examination, right? So if you have any doubts, even if you want to ask in Tamil, Abdul can talk in Tamil. Even I can manage Tamil a little bit. So you can ask any of your doubts, right? So that we can have it cleared for you now itself. So can you please ask the students to ask the doubts, if they have any? It would be very helpful and makes adds on value to the session as well.
Or they can you can ask the question and you can write in chat box also, so that we can address, or you can represent it, sir. Whatever they are saying, you can help us to get the
Sure,
questions.
sir. Sure. We will ask them to speak, or we will message you also.
Yeah. So and I have also shared the
Yes, sir.
feedback form in the chat box on my contact number. So post this section, they can also write their feedback on any questions there. They can also ask in the feedback form also, so that I can personally connect with them and help them understand the procedures also.
Sure,
Post-
sure. Subramanian sir, any doubt is there? Actually, madam?
Faculties can also ask questions on behalf of students.
So it can be sent in the chat box also.
Yes.
Or at the end of the session, we will ask. Maybe we will continue. Meanwhile, we will ask the students also for feedback. Abdul sir?
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Sir, we will continue the session.
Okay.
Even at the end of the session also, we will ask the students to interact. Or if
Okay.
any doubt is there, we will put in the chat box simultaneously.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Shiva bro, Shiva bro.
Yes, Abdul, you were telling something. I just got a
Yeah.
call. Sorry for you. Yeah.
No issues. We can explain them this the exam pattern, physiotherapy exam pattern, and the clinical exam methods once, so that we can finalize this meeting and they can ask questions. Yeah.
See, exam pattern is pretty much simple. If you could see the slide over here.
Sir,
Why
very
they are
sorry
asking
to
you?
interrupt. Sir, we have a question now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
please ask me.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
you are audible.
Yes.
Please.
Please ask.
So actually, what is the difference? Is there any difference if we study over here or in Australia? Are there any more advantages if we study in Australia for specifically sports physiotherapy?
So you are asking about the difference in studying here, and so the thing depends on your ultimate goal, like where you want to work. You want to do a studies there in Australia, and then you want to come back to India and work. Then there is no issues with that. You can even study in India also. But if you are going to Australia and doing any sort of studies there, you are supposed to go through all these processes that we have mentioned right now, and where the basic qualification remains to be the Bachelor of Physiotherapy only. So even the professionals who have done their studies from Australia go through all these processes in order to get their registration as a physiotherapist there. So that's what, as I've told you in the beginning of the session, if you are by any chance planning about a study plan after your graduation, and if you are opting for a study abroad plan, the expense for the same is going to be pretty much very high. where you are ideally paying a 6 lakh to 7 lakh of rupees to get your license and earn ideally 4 to 5 lakh of rupees average per month, you will be paying around 20 to 30 lakhs of rupees just to study there, and you need to struggle even more by doing a part-time job where you will be paid much lesser.
And even like doctorate, those are doing doctorate of physiotherapy, even those students also clear this exam only. So the minimum eligibility is bachelor of physiotherapy, and even after that they are doing any degree also, they should come with this exam only.
Right. And what I would suggest you is that after your, like, if you really intended to do your higher studies, there is no limitations. If you could ask your faculties, if you could ask your seniors who have graduated from your college, you could find at least few of them at least who were working in a full-time job and then they have done their higher studies after that. That your faculties could give you a lot of examples remaining the same. So there is no limitations in studies, right? So what is ideally suggested here that you can do is that if you are aiming for a country like Australia, even if it is, like sports physiotherapy or something that is related to that, first we can work on making an way by which we can earn a good amount of money. We can start working there by getting our full-time registration. Post which, once you start working and once you get settled there, you can anyway start studying there. At that time, the fees could be also lesser than that. There are certain cases where the companies support also their employees to do their higher studies. This is an option you can suggest for. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Welcome. No worries.
I suggest few other students also to come up and ask similar kind of questions and clarify your doubts. So your questions might help other students also. So getting a PR visa in any country is very difficult, right? You might know, but due to like high requirement in Australia, they are providing this visa in fresher stage itself. If you consider other countries like Ireland, Canada, UK, US, and all, you need to wait for 4 to 5 years to get your PR visa done. You will be traveling with your work visa, and you need to work for 3 to 4 years to get your PR done. Whereas Australia, you need to just clear these examinations so that you can directly apply for PR starting from 10 to 40 days. Within 10 to 40 days, your PR visa will be approved. And you can earn very high amount, like similarly like Canada and US peoples what they are earning. Similar to that, you can earn a very high quality life you can lead in Australia. I think most of the people will be knowing about the value of Australian country. They are developed country and providing very good work-life balance also, similar to UK, US, and all. So very easy to get the PR visa in Australia compared to other countries like UK, Ireland, Canada, like Saudi and all. So it is a bit difficult to get your PR visa done. Whereas for Australia, it is very easy because they have huge demand for the particular roles. So any other questions, students? Regarding your English test, regarding your skill assessment process, regarding your exam pattern and exam types, regarding fee structures, regarding visa processes, anything, you can just ask and clarify it. So our presentation is over. It is a basic presentation where starting from all the process we have explained it, right? So now you can ask your questions and clarify your doubts. or you can directly call to me when you are available. I have my contact number is principals are also in the chat box. Also, I have written it, so you can call me and clarify your doubts. Or I have sent the feedback form link. I will be sharing to principals sir also shortly. So where you can write in that your doubts, anything. So I will be directly interacting with you. Faculties, can you help me like any other doubts students have? I think my contact number is available in the screen now. So you can note it down and call me or text me anytime. Sendil sir, like our presentation is completed, sir. Uh, so you can have a word with the students, like whether they have doubts, they can address our questionnaires, or we can finalize the meeting, sir, wind up the meeting. So if in case if more students are interested and they need to meet me also, when I am visiting Chennai, I can visit the campus also and help them understand in person also, sir. That you can discuss with students and you can give me an appointment so that I will be traveling your place also, sir, if required.
How much money we need to spend, sir, for processing this registration?
Yes. Sir, actually, sir, there are 3 segments, sir, in this complete process. So the first segment will be the academically training process. So in our training, this APC, like Australian Physiotherapy Council exam and English test exam and plus the clinical exam. So these are all in the training we will be covering, sir. So for that, it will be around 2.5 lakhs we will be charging for complete process, sir. Till they clear the exam, we will be supporting them in this training process, sir. Okay. The second step will be like the skill assessment process and exam registration process, where it will be around 2 to 2.5 lakhs. They will be paying directly to the government, sir. Okay. The third part will be like their visa process, where they will be spending around 2.5 to 3 lakh to get the visa work done, sir. So on a roll, if you calculate, it will be approximately 7 to 8 lakhs per person they need to spend on this to get the process done, sir, to complete process. So where the initial salary for a freshers, it will be around uh, 10 to 15 lakhs the salary, sir. Per year, it will be around 1.2 CR salary, sir, in Australia for this fresher, as a fresher, once they clear the exam and migrate.
Okay, okay. Sir, in case
Yes,
the
sir.
students, they are registering for the exam,
Okay.
so they need to pay for the first time 2.5 lakhs around that. And if they have been not carried out,
Yeah.
passed out,
Okay.
so in that case, whether again they need to pay for examination or
Yeah,
what
I
is
will
the
explain
consideration
this, sir.
given to the
So,
by the government?
yeah. So initially, they are going to train with us. So they are be paying the training fees. So during the course of training, we will be giving them various assessments also regarding this exam, and we will be assessing and checking whether they are ready to take this examination or not. Okay, sir. So once
Okay.
if we find the students are like very good and they can easily crack this examination, then we will ask them to register, sir. Because once if they write the exam and if they doesn't clear, they again need to pay the examination fees alone, which might cost them around 1 to 1.5 lakh examination fee. So in Australian rupees. So what we do is we will be helping them to understand them, and we will assessing them, and we will be requesting them to register or not, like whether they are able to crack it or not. We will assess, and then we will ask them to register for exam. If they are not eligible or not prepared as of now, we will again train them, and we will again ask them to register after 3 months or 4 months, like that. So minimum training we are providing is 12 weeks. If in 12 weeks, if the students are not prepared, Again, 3 to 4 months, we will be training them at no extra cost. With the same training fees, we will be training them and asking them to register, sir. So in case if the students fail, in case, we will be not charging anything extra, but the government fees, which is around 1.3 to 1.4 lakhs, they need to pay to the government, and again they need to take, sir. Rest all the fees is standard, sir. The things like our training fee, the skill assessment fee, the exam fee, then visa process, everything will be same. If they fail, they need to again pay the exam fee alone. Like our university exam, if they kept arrear, they need again, if they're taking arrear, they will pay the arrear fees, right, sir? Similarly, the exam fees alone, they need to redo. Just everything will be standard, sir. And our academically will be training them till they clear the exam. It may be 1 attempt or 2 attempt or 3 attempt. We will be supporting them till they clearing the exam, till they get the job. We will be helping them, sir, till they get the visa, the job, everything. Our training and our process will be there.
Few more questions, sir.
Sorry,
And
sir?
how many? Few more questions. How
Okay,
many
sir.
times the candidate can be eligible to write the exam
Yeah, this exam
per
is
year? How many times they are conducting? Australian government, how many times per year they are conducting?
yes.
And if so, whether they need to go physically there to write the skill test, or it will be conducted in online.
Yeah. So for the first exam, sir, after clearing the English test, they will undergo skill assessment, and the third step will be their examination, where they will be taking this examination in India, sir. So in India, we have different centers. Okay. So for Tamil Nadu, it is available in Chennai, sir, where they will be taking it in the system only. So it will be a virtual based test, that they need to attend this complete this within 4 hours. There will be testing centers in India. Okay, sir. Post that, when they get the result, okay, sir, they need to visit Melbourne, sir, with the student visa or study visa. Like study visa or a work visa, they need to migrate to Australia and crack that clinical examination, sir. Once within 3 to 4 weeks, they will getting the results, that clinical exam results. For that also, we will be training them, that clinical exam. Once they clear the clinical exam, from Australia itself, they can directly apply for PR and get the work done, sir. There itself, they can get the job done, and they will be working there. For clinical exam alone, they need to go there, sir, with the student visa, and they will be clearing the exam there, and get the PR process done in Australia itself. Shiva, bro?
Sir, fine, sir, fine. And can you also tell me assurance about if they clear the exam, the candidate clear the exam? So you have been offering the jobs also for this,
Yes.
guiding
So,
them for job placement.
Yeah. What we do is, sir, Shiva, bro, can you show that seek.au page? That job.
Sir, so one thing that I want to mention over here is that so the training can be given. If an individual wants to work on a particular job, we can help them understand how the interview process is going to happen, how one should make their resume, how one should write their cover letter, how can one hunt for the job, like how can one find out the job. But ultimately, sitting for the interview and cracking the same will be based on the individual. So even if you see, the IITs won't be giving you a placement guarantee, but we will be giving our 100% support for the placement process. That is how one can get into the job quickly. Yeah. So one thing that we need to understand over here is that the expression of interest is an application that a person will be submitting once clearing the eligibility test to get the visa in that particular country. So they won't be getting the visa for the entire Australia, but they will be selecting five states of Australia where they want to ideally work for. So logically, one should fill their expression of interest based on the job availability. So we need to find out which region in Australia is having the requirement for physiotherapists the more. So we will be putting our expression of interest in all these places. And once after putting that, if someone is applying for a job, getting that job won't be a challenge for them. So one should not be adamant about that. I will be working in only so and so state in Australia only, which can be challenging for them. Is that clear, sir?
Yeah, clear, sir. Clear. It understood.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So your company, how much candidate you have been succeeded, sir, through your company?
So based on our previous results, we calculate the first attempt clearing of the caps or any of the council examination. So we have more than 90% pass mark. So for example, if 60 students are attending the examination, around 58 of them clear the same in the first attempt itself. So this is a structured method that we follow when it comes to the training for this council examination. So it's a mixture of the online classes with the recorded sessions of the same. Along with that, the student will be learning the topics and also will be learning using the previous year question papers of the specific council examination. And the student evaluation will be done based on the attempts that they make for this practice assessments. And after which we will be telling them when is the right time to give that particular examination. So for imagine if someone is preparing for the March examination or maybe for a July examination. So if that particular student is not ready for the same, we will be telling them to not take the examination, then wait for a little while, then take the examination for the next attempt, and our training will be continuing. There won't be any fees that is coming extra for that.
Right. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
So once again, I would like to thank you all for giving this wonderful opportunity of overseas career guidance to our students. So on behalf of Chettinad School of Physiotherapy, affiliated to Chettinad Academy of Research and Education, again, we would like to thank Dr. Akram Ahmed, CEO and founder, and his team for giving a clear explanation about the steps, several steps to register and get a license as an Australian physiotherapist, and the basic qualification and the other requirement has been clearly explained. So once again, thank the student also for listening this wonderful opportunity. Still, if any query is there, we will contact you, sir.
Yes, sir. And thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to deliver this webinar, sir. Students, if they have any doubts, they can connect with me. I have sent you the feedback link in WhatsApp also, sir. You can share it with the students so that they can raise questions and they can ask anything regarding this examination, sir. So I will be directly calling them and helping them. And like due to some health issues, Akram sir was not able to join, sir. He felt I asked to inform you the same. So sorry for that. And so you can also give the feedback to Dr. Bossa sir of Chettinad registered, sir, so that we will be helping to have a webinar in other departments too. So based on your feedback, kindly to give the feedback, sir, please.
Definitely. Do you have any format to fill?
Sorry, sir?
Do you have any format of feedback form to fill?
So actually, I have sent the link to you. So where the students will be sending the feedback, sir. Regarding like to Bossa, sir, you can just inform him the webinar is completed and it was like your feedback, sir. So that I can connect with him for next webinar, next campus. Like.
Okay.
Sure, sir. If you have any queries or if the students want to meet me in person in campus also, I can be available. So you can let me know whenever possible. So I'll be available.
Sure, sir. We will arrange also.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you so much, students.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
Shall we end the session?
Yes, sir. We can do it, sir. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.